Hi everyone, Cosmic Mango here, your favorite mango from outer space. Welcome back to another video. Today we're diving into some excellent hidden gems for Commander, cards which are underrated, powerful and totally awesome. Before we take a look at these cards, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell for more awesome Commander videos. It really is greatly appreciated. So without further ado, sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Let's check out these hidden gems. Number 1. Mana Web. An artifact spell that costs 3 generic mana to cast, and it says the following. Whenever a land an opponent controls is tapped for mana, tap all lands that player controls that could produce any type of mana that land could produce. Have any of you watching this video seen this card before? Pretty cool, right? An old school gem. Mana Web can be highly disruptive. Whenever a land an opponent controls is tapped, Mana Web forces that opponent to have to tap all lands they control that share a color with it. So this is a great way to tap someone out during their turn and prevent an opponent from being able to cast spells on our turn. It's fantastic against mono-colored decks. Mana Web offers safety. Although a very niche card, it can definitely come in handy and catch many players off guard. It only costs 3 generic mana to cast, making it easy to get out and a flexible addition to many decks within the Commander format. It can slot in any color deck, so why not give it a go? This card synergizes well with mana stacks and control decks, as it can be used to limit opponents' plans and highly disrupt their gameplay. This is a pretty unique and quirky card. It can be a brutal piece of disruption. If your meta has lots of instant speed interaction or greedy mana bases, it's definitely worth testing out. And you can buy this card for around $11. Number 2. Temporal Extortion. A sorcery spell that costs 4 black mana to cast, and it says the following. Whenever you cast this spell, any player may pay half their life rounded up. If a player does, counter Temporal Extortion. Take an extra turn after this one. I love this card. Around 4, maybe 5 years ago, I gave the format Oathbreaker a try, and my chosen Oathbreaker was Sorin Imperious Bloodlord. A very cool planeswalker, and my signature spell was this, Temporal Extortion. The two cards together was awesome. But that was a long time ago, scary to think how fast time has passed. Today, we'll be discussing why Temporal Extortion is a hidden gem for Commander. This sorcery spell has the capability to do 2 very powerful things. Either half the life on an opponent, or give us an extra turn. Both options spicy and can be highly impactful. If opponents have a lot of life, this is a good way to bring them down by half. If opponents do not pay half their life, we get an extra turn, which we can use to do a whole bunch of shenanigans. Good stuff. With this card costing 4 black pips, you're going to want to run it in a mono black Commander deck. Otherwise, it becomes a lot harder to cast. I tend to try and cast a spell when opponents are pretty low on life, at around the 15 mark, mainly because they tend to not want to pay half their life at this point, and I usually get my extra turn, which I adore by the way. Of course, this can vary from playgroup to playgroup and every Commander pod, as every person will take a different view on Temporal Extortion. Some may never want to pay the life, others may always pay the life, regardless of their life totals. Have any of you watching played this card before? Let me know how it's performed for you. It's a pretty pricey card to pick up these days, as right now you can buy this card for around $18. Number 3. Magnetic Mine. An artifact spell that costs 4 generic mana to cast, and it says the following. Whenever another artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, this artifact deals 2 damage to that artifact's controller. Okay, this is cool. The first thing that comes to my mind is how great this is against treasure tokens. When a treasure token is destroyed or sacrificed, it does go to the graveyard. So Magnetic Mine will trigger and deal 2 damage to the player who uses their treasure tokens. This is brilliant and can help deter players from using their treasure tokens, as they will rapidly lose life if they do choose to do so. With treasures being so popular right now, and will likely always be popular within the Commander format, Magnetic Mine is a total gem of a card and very worth considering. Magnetic Mine is great against heavy artifact metas. If you often face off against friends who spam a lot of artifacts, this can go a long way. It can be used to stop some infinite combos, such as any that rely on abusing certain artifacts coming in and out of the graveyard, or needing to sacrifice artifacts to get things going. Pretty sweet card. Best of all, this card is budget friendly and can be bought for around 50 cents, so why not try it out? Number 4. Rite of the Raging Storm. An enchantment spell that costs 2 red and 3 generic mana to cast. It says the following. Creatures named Lightning Rager can't attack you or planeswalkers you control. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player creates a 5/1 red elemental creature token named Lightning Rager. It has trample, haste, and at the beginning of the end step, sacrifice this token. So this card is pure chaos and I love it. You're giving each opponent a 5/1 trampling hasty threat that can't attack you, and then it vanishes at the end of turn. Now sure, opponents could choose not to swing with their new toy, but let's be real, who's resisting a free 5/1 trampler? Most players will take the bait, turning the board into an all-out brawl while you sit back and enjoy the show. Oh, and did I mention you get one as well? That means every turn you've got your own 5/1 trample elemental to pressure someone with. No strings attached. Solid stuff. This card is an absolute blast in aggressive or chaos focused decks. Is anyone here already running it? Drop a comment, I'd love to know your stories. It's super budget friendly and you can buy this card for around 35 cents, so why not try out this chaotic beauty? Number 5. Dismiss into Dream. An enchantment spell that costs 1 blue and 6 generic mana to cast. It says the following. Each creature your opponents control is an illusion in addition to its other types and has, when this creature becomes the target of a spell ability, sacrifice it. Yes, I know this enchantment costs a lot of mana to cast, maybe a little too much mana, but you can't deny that when this enchantment is out, it's going to have a large impact on the game. All creatures opponents control become illusions, making them incredibly easy to remove. Any spell or ability we target an opponent's creature with is going to kill it. Very nice. We can use cheap to cast spells like Unsummon to deal with a large threat on the board. Correct me if I'm wrong, but turning a creature with Indestructible into an illusion means we can remove it since the player has to sacrifice the creature. So yes, we can bypass pesky indestructible creatures. Very good. I would love to know if anyone watching this video either owns this card or have used it before in their Commander games. If so, how did it perform for you? That high mana cost makes it hard to get out, but there are ways to drop permanents for free with the odd trick or two. And within the Simic deck color pies, we can ramp, which makes it easier to cast. It's an interesting card and highly unique. I really like the card art as well. You can buy this card for around 80 cents. Number 6. Grafted Exoskeleton. An artifact equipment spell that costs 4 generic mana to cast, and it says the following. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has Infect. It deals damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters and to players in the form of poison counters. Whenever Grafted Exoskeleton becomes unattached from a permanent, sacrifice that permanent. Equipped for 2 generic mana. Okay, I will be honest with you, I'm actually surprised to see how low the play rate is on this card. Currently on edhrec.com, this equipment is only in 0.85% of decks. Crazy, since it can be crazy strong and always has performed wonders for me. I would pair this with a Voltron creature, giving it +2/+2 buff and Infect, which is nuts. We can utilize these buffs to quickly start removing players with our hopefully large Voltron creature. But we don't just have to use it in Voltron. This sweet equipment spell can fit into many decks within the format and perform very well. Many those that run creatures. Attach it to a creature with evasiveness, like flying or even unblockable, and go to town. Infect is powerful, 10 poison counters and the player is out, removed from the game, no matter how much life or permanence they have in play. They die to the toxicity. Infect is often frowned upon within the Commander format, and that may be why this card sees such a low play rate, but it can totally slap. It's pretty easy to cast at just 4 generic mana, and the equipment cost is low as well at just 2 generic mana. Creepy sweet card art as well that makes the Exoskeleton pop. Wicked cool card, love myself some juicy Infect shenanigans, and we can use this as an alternative win condition for many Commander decks. You can buy this card for around $6.50, which to be honest is pretty pricey for an uncommon card. However, it is very strong. Number 7. Soul Conduit, an artifact spell that costs 6 generic mana to cast, and it says the following. For 6 generic mana and tap, 2 target players exchange life totals. Such a quirky card, super obscure and hilarious to play. I can see myself having a laugh with this one, getting very political. Do I swap my low life total with the opponent with the most life total? Or do I help another player out and swap their life total with a different opponent in play? Heck, just get nasty with it and try to get opponents to fight against each other. It's a political beast. This artifact can do a lot of cool stuff. It is, however, rather expensive to cast and to be activated. You're going to need 12 mana in total if you want to do it straight away, which I must admit is very unlikely. It's a lot of mana. Yeah, so best bet is having this sit on the board and letting people know that you can activate it after it's been cast within any moment, if you have the mana available. Anyone can be at risk at having their healthy life totals swapped with a lower one. Pair this artifact with cards like Near-Death Experience or Repay in Kind to make it try and still wins. Very spicy stuff. This card highly punishes life gain decks and brings with it total chaos. Fun stuff, super cool art as well, very sci-fi orientated, I like it a lot. And you can buy this card for around 80 cents. Number 8, Dingus Staff, an artifact spell that costs 4 generic mana to cast, and it says the following. Whenever a creature dies, this artifact deals 2 damage to that creature's controller. Another hidden gem artifact makes the list today. Lots of great artifacts on this video. First things first, yes, this card highly punishes creature heavy metas and many aristocrat style decks. Each time a creature enters the graveyard, we will ping 2 damage to the creature's controller. Imagine this against a player who is trying to sacrifice creatures for cool things to happen in their deck. Or imagine this alongside a board wipe. It can be devastatingly powerful. The more creatures an opponent has in play, the more life they could potentially lose to a board wipe and Dingus Staff by your side. I suppose Dingus Staff could be wonderful against token decks too. Oh, so cool. Short, simple, and highly effective. This is one very cool card. And you can buy this card for around $1. Number 9, Zimone Quandrix Prodigy. A legendary creature, human wizard that costs 1 blue and 1 green mana to cast. She has 1 power and 2 toughness and says the following. For 1 generic mana and tap, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. For 4 generic mana and tap, draw a card. If you control 8 or more lands, draw 2 cards instead. Zimone is an awesome and flexible card. She works great as a commander, since she's legendary, but also shines in the 99 of many commander decks. As a 2 mana commander, she's incredibly efficient, allowing you to play her early and consistently every game. Her 2 abilities are both powerful. Early game, she helps you ramp up by putting extra lands into play. Late game, she turns excess lands into valuable card draw. Despite her strength, Zimone is surprisingly underrated, a total hidden gem. I rarely see anyone piloting her as a commander or even within the 99 of their decks. If you're running a land-heavy deck, like Landfall, hitting 8 lands by turn 5 is very achievable, making her card draw ability easy to trigger. Overall, Zimone is a fantastic addition to many decks and a highly underrated commander that's definitely worth trying out. Plus, she's a total budget-friendly card to pick up, as right now she costs around 35 cents to buy. So why not pick one up? Number 10, the final card on my list today. Crumble, an instant spell that costs 1 green mana to cast, and it says the following. Destroy target artifact, it can't be regenerated. That artifact's controller gains life equal to its mana value. So removal is an essential piece of kit in Commander, and Crumble is a fantastic choice for dealing with one of the format's biggest threats, artifacts. In a format where artifact strategies can dominate, having a reliable way to remove key pieces is crucial and especially helpful when the spell costs only 1 total mana to cast. We can use this early game to blow up powerful early threats, take out early game powerhouses like Soul Ring or Arcane Signet before they spiral out of control. Since these 2 cards only cost like 1 or 2 mana, the life gain downside is minimal. Crumble is very cheap to cast at 1 mana and an instant speed spell, so we can cast it at any time. While Crumble might not get the same attention as more premium removal spells in the Commander format, Its efficiency makes it a hidden gem, and the best part, it's a budget powerhouse, costing just around 35 cents to buy, so why not try it out? If your meta has a lot of artifact decks, Crumble is a must-have card in my opinion, especially if you're like me and love running the color green. You can also do some weird quirky stuff, like blow up your own artifacts that may have a high converted mana cost to try and gain some juicy life back for yourself. But let's be honest, you're not really going to be doing this very often. The key thing here is blowing up very OP early game artifacts like Soul Ring. Okay, we've arrived to the end of the video. What do you all think of the cards I've listed? Do any of you watching play these cards? Have any recommendations on some hidden gems for the Commander format? If so, let me know in the comment section below. I love reading your comments and always try my best to answer them all. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, check out the 2 other videos that should have popped up on the screen. Please could drop a like, comment and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to keep updated for more of my future Commander content. Thanks for watching everyone, and as always, take care and goodbye.